So welcome to my channel and welcome back again, Kelly.
Gertrude, thank you. Thank you for hosting and having me on. I look forward to our time. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure having you. And plus, it's always fun to chat before and after.
Yes, it is. It's always fun to catch up.
Yes. So here we have Annie Bear, Carl
Thank you.
Hess, Osman Thurs.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi. Boy, so you're having a lot of the kind of excitement that you don't need, that we don't need and we don't want.
Right. Well,
Fire.
and it was interesting to find out here from you that you have the strong winds there in Arizona too. That we're having that similar winds. I mean, last night it really it sounded like we were having a hurricane, and this morning the winds had died down, but like I was just telling you backstage, now I can see they're picking up again. But by tomorrow, they're saying it they should be calming down. So, yeah, prayers for everybody in California right now, because if you look at the devastation, and it's just it's heart wrenching to see it. It's hard.
That was what, you know, I think in one channeling, they said that 2025 is going to be worse than 2024, and 2024 was worse than 2023.
Yeah. Yep. I agree 100%.
For
It's
the, yeah, the
mhm,
natural disasters. And then
mhm.
there is the virus in China that they're afraid might become pandemic. You know, here we are just beginning of the year and all these things starting.
I know. It really, and I have that in my predictions too, that that virus, the virus in China, that it has to once it enters the US, um the president has really got to act on it immediately, because to prevent it from becoming an epidemic
Yeah.
is what I'm. So you were getting the same thing.
Yes,
Hmm.
because the earth. So I had a reading with Claudia, Klaudija. She's on my meditation circle. And something happened during that reading. She's very good. I had two names, and she called them in, and she was completely right on. It was Mother Teresa, the novice mistress, and then Father Burke. But during the reading, something happened because in the afternoon I felt urged to watch the Law of One, and I could understand it. Not only understand it, but I felt the interest, the fire, the passion for it. And they are saying that because of global warming, and this was back in the 80s, there's a lot of unused heat, and that is why the earth is
Yep.
erupting.
Hmm. So true. So true.
Yeah, they always say the earthquake, the fire, all these natural hurricanes.
Disasters.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse with the global warming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so what about your prediction?
Um. Yeah. I well. I did my predictions on the December 30th, and some of them have already come into fruition. I For those of you who have watched, when I started them, one of the first things when I started the video, I said there's something about January 7th. I said I'm not sure what is happening, but I got January 7th with an explanation point, and I thought it was odd, because it, the thing that would have made sense is maybe something on January 6th, but I talked about January 7th. Anyway, well, now we know what January 7th is we have this devastation of fires that are here in Los Angeles, and there was a major earthquake in China yesterday that I haven't looked at it since yesterday morning when it came across my phone, but 100 people had passed away from the earthquake there. So that's happened. It was interesting. I had picked up on Jack Nicholson, and I thought, well, that was really weird. I said, I think it's, I know he's been out of the limelight for a while. I said he might all of a sudden be coming. He might be in the news or whatnot. Well, that too. It was a few days ago. I think it must have been his birthday, and his face was plastered all over the media. And so, unless there's something else, but that's what I had picked up on Jack Nicholson. I got that past president was going to be passing. That's already happened. I did get a world leader falls from power, steps down. That's happened. I do still see other because I have world leaders /S, and so I do see that there's going to be other world leaders that fall from power. What's the word I can say that won't get triggered on YouTube? That might just be unalived. I got that there could be possible food shortages, food supply shortages, and I got lower costs in pearls and diamonds, and I got that silver could be going up this year. I get that we're going to be seeing more use of self-driving cars, but I get that there's going to be issues with self-driving cars, that they're going to have to work out the kinks in them. And I got next up are solar cars and flying cars. And that we are going to see advanced ways of using AI in the workplace, in surgeries, and we're gonna be seeing new regulations on AI so it doesn't get out of control. I got confusion and chaos in our waterways, and I saw ships and submarines being a part of it. And the spiritual world in our community just really coming together this year, even more so. I mean, we really came together last year, but I see us really coming together and bonding and just really being a light and a beacon for the world and for each other. And and I got humanity. And I got that this year is going to be a really good year, that we're going to really need to conserve money, just conserve our things. And I also got that we are going to start seeing where we start sharing, which is really beautiful, but we start sharing like things that we don't need. So we're gonna see donations way up. We're gonna see people going to thrift stores and that, rather than going to shopping online or going to stores. People aren't going to frequent the like shopping centers. Eventually I see shopping centers just kind of going away, where people are going to be going to thrift stores and Goodwills and passing clothes and just household things down to one another. I got that there's going to be more mass shootings. and assassination attempts on people in power, and that large protests for 2025. I got that there's going to be different apparatuses to really unique ways to monitor our health like we've never seen before. Just devices that we'll be able to use that are going to tell us, tell us if we need to see the doctor, in other words, and we're going to see other apparatuses other than like our phones and computers to communicate with one another. And then like we talked about, major earthquakes. I did get something. I got a hit on Mount St. Helens, volcanic ruptures, really bad tornadoes, fires, and some of these are going to happen in places that we haven't seen them before. And then again, our guides and our angels remind us that, with this information, we're not to live in fear. We have to live in faith. And I had to remind myself that this morning when I'm looking at the fires and they're getting closer and we're being surrounded, that, obviously we have to have common sense and use that, but we also have to, remain in faith. I got that there's going to be more attention drawn to our mental health this year, that the government is going to play a role in trying to get laws passed to help with our country's mental health, which is beautiful. But I get that one of the reasons they're doing that is so that they don't have to look at the gun laws. I got that this year it's going to seem like we are in Mercury retrograde, like most of the year, that there's going to be issues with communication. There's going to be technology issues, appliance issues. I got that people are going to be having issues with their cell phones, with their internet, with their TVs and computers. That it's going to be, and appliances too, which I thought was really kind of interesting, that are going to be a factor this year. I got a lot of confusion, chaos, and fear it's going to be like really kind of coming in at us from the collective, and that we just really, really, really have to not step into that energy, that we have to surround ourselves with light and protection and just not let it in. And so I think because of that energy is going to be just really a lot, people are really going to be looking to meditation this year a lot. Last year, meditation, I think people were really meditating a lot. This year, people are really going to start meditating. So your meditations are so beautiful, Gertrude, that you're going to notice that you're going to be having more people participating and viewing, because people need that to self-regulate and take care of their nervous systems. And I get that people are going to be just getting even out in nature, and people that normally aren't really call themselves like nature people and just don't really like going outside that much are going to just find themselves just all of a sudden drawn and naturally wanting to go outside more than that they ever have. And we need to listen to our bodies, because what our bodies are telling us is, we need that aspect of nature, whether it be the flowers, the ground, the energy, the birds, the trees, to self-regulate and ground ourselves too. So, and just even sitting, just sitting in nature is going to be very helpful. I gather there's going to be more foodborne illnesses in our meats and vegetables. I did get that. They showed me beans, that we should have beans on hand for like protein, especially when this hits our meat supply, that we have beans so on hand. I got that darkness and corruption and greed are going to be brought into light, especially like I heard our government, sports, media, and our politics, and they're going to be looking at our online sports gambling, and that there's going to be new rules and regulations to crack down on that, because I get that that's getting out of control too. I have more. I'll just go over a few more. I got hackers are getting more aggressive, targeting our banks, our hospitals, our electric grids, and our water plants. And so, to make sure that we have, the basic, canned goods and candles and water and all of that on hand, which I think most of us do anyway. But it's just a reminder, if your supply is getting low, just to make sure that you have it on hand. And now I'm just looking down to pay extra attention to our pets and animals behavior this year, because this energy is going to be affecting them too. So our pets and our pets are going to just need a little extra attention this year too, because they're going to be feeling it too. We kind of talked about the virus already. When I did this on the 30th, I got that we need to use extreme cautions in large crowds, gatherings, and popular buildings, and then that happened in New Orleans. I think it was the next day it happened after I talked about this. But even though that happened, we still need to be aware throughout the year, just in large gathering, popular places, large crowds, and there too, not fear. We just need to be street smart and just keep an eye on things. I got that we're going to be seeing more UFOs in the sky, and people are going to start talking more freely and opening up about their experiences, and that the government might even, and I get might, because I don't, it's one of those things where I don't think it's really set in stone yet, might even come out and say, you know what, there's life other than here. Let me see. Give you. Oh, and then lastly, I got that. I did get the Rockefeller Center. That should be a place of a person to be cautious on, and I got the Epcot Center too, that a person needs to have extra awareness there. I got that this year is going to be a huge year of enlightenment, awakening, and huge spiritual growth. So anybody here that is here right now, you're going to be coming in tuned with your angels, your guides. You're going to be getting messages and downloads, and you're going to be more aware of it. A lot of you right now are going through sessions and will continue throughout the year. And it's going to be a huge awakening and enlightenment for all of us. But also but for the people that, aren't here and that, don't believe in abilities and any of this, they too are going to be having these awakenings too. And what I think it's really going to do when we start seeing these people kind of start waking up, it's going to bring us together. And it's not going to be huge coming together this year. It's going to be a gradual one. But you know what? Even if it's baby steps, I will take it, because it's progress. It's progress in the right direction. Because I also got, it's like what they showed me, it was like a fog, that some of the people that have been living in a fog, and and I want to say almost like a cult mentality, where their beliefs, their heels and their beliefs were so dug in that what my guides and angels showed me, it was like the fog was like lifting, and they're seeing things more clearly too, and so they're reevaluating their beliefs on their beliefs, that they things that they had believed were true, they now are seeing it in a different light, and it's going to be a awakening for them too. So yeah, that's a few of them. I hit on a few of the bigger ones, but yeah, there's that for 2025. I get that it's going to almost feel like we're living in an upside down world.
Yeah. So we count heads when he said this, I came in came into my mind that, for many of us, it's actually a time, like you say, of growth, spiritual growth, more
Yes.
further spiritual awakening.
Yeah, it's going to be huge,
Yeah.
huge for all of us. And that's really beautiful, because when the world feels like it's really super chaotic, and there's just the confusion and everything, and and the media trying to instill fear, to know that we are evolving and growing spiritually is really going to help us get through the 2025.
Yeah. So that's how I know I channel, because I tried to put it in proper words and I couldn't. And so I asked my spirit guide to help me. I can see the image, and that is, I can see the image, but I couldn't put it into words, which is that, all that energy, whilst there might be a lot of negative or difficult, natural disaster, all that going on, but the energy at the same time is huge. And then, so those of us, we are able, so we should train, like, grabs the positive, and then use
Yes.
that energy, and we can use that energy to really upgrade ourselves in every way.
Being positive, and really, when things are looking kind of bleak, and we all have those days. I mean, I have them too, and looking for the blessings. I mean, I woke up this morning, and I was telling Trudi, I said, it, Annie Bear, bless her heart, she's so amazing. She called me, and I was like sobbing, crying, just because of the energy, and I was in fear. I was fearful of these fires that are so close, um and it was my husband that reminded me of, the blessings that, come from all of this, and that truly is. And no matter what is going on in our life and how bleak it is, there's so many other things that we can be grateful for, and as soon as we start focusing on the things that we're so grateful for, it shifts our energy just like that. And so that's going to be really, really happy New Year, Paul. I'm so happy to hear that you're going on that cruise. But yeah, being gratitude and in a state of gratitude, it can shift our energy so fast. And that's why I always recommend, when we get up in the morning, even if we can say 3 things that we're grateful for, and do it again when we go to bed, it really helps shift our energy.
Yes, something about gratitude. It's
Yeah.
that is so easy to forget. You pray, and then you get that thing, your praise answered. My mother,
Right.
my mother always said, "Praise the Lord."
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So true. So true. Oh, that's beautiful, Ruby. And that's going to be, it's going to be a year of just, where, you know being thankful. And I heard something the other day, and it was, if we could go through our day and say thank you, I want to say it was 100 times, and that could be a lot, a lot for many of us. But let's say, even if we did that, half of that or a third of that, just when we're dishing up our food, thank you, or going to get our water, thank you. And I get that it helps manifest things so much quicker too. And with all of that too, for anybody that hasn't done their intentions and gratitudes yet, it's not too late to do them. I finally sat down yesterday and was able to write down all my gratitudes, that things that I was grateful for in 2024, and going in, and things that I know that I'm going to be grateful for going into 2025. And then I wrote down my intentions, and I actually been cleaning out my closet. I found a huge cork board type thing, and I pinned them on there, so I'm able to see them in wherever I'm at in the room. So it's just a reminder.
Yes. So today we are going to take eight questions and stop it there. So are you ready to start?
Yeah, I was thinking what we could do is do like New Year's, things, New Year's questions. Yeah, like that. Just anything for the new year ahead. Thank you so much for being here, Diamond. So yeah, we'll get going. Thank you.
Yeah, with all that is going on with you right now, with the fire and everything. So I thought we'll take 8 questions, the first 8, and then and
Oh, thank you so very, very much.
the reason why I'm having the dog with me so much today is because we have a big wind last night, and the wind is still blowing. And I have 2 dogs. One is very brave, and the other one is afraid of everything. So she couldn't sleep, and she was shaking all night. And at least now the wind has stopped.
Oh, it's good that it stopped. It
Yeah.
stopped there. That's good. Okay, Diamond. Diamond, I'm getting that you have a new cycle beginning, which is really beautiful. And if you're not feeling it quite yet, um you will be. And it might happen just like super super fast. Like an epiphany happens, and it just all of a sudden shifts your energy. um I get that home and family and peace are really, really important to you. And I don't know when the next full moon is. Seems to me like the moon is about like half. It's like half right now. But you don't even have to wait for a full moon, Diamond. I'm getting that there's stuff that needs to be released. And so, I mean, you can do it anytime. I try to do it, on the full moons. I'll write down the things that I need to release. And the thing about releasing is, I really think it's important to write them down. Because what happens is when we put that pen on the paper and we start writing down our hurts, our pains, the people that have wronged us, when we start writing that stuff down on paper, what you find is all of a sudden it like triggers something in our bodies, and things are going to pop up that you're like, where did that come from? I didn't know I was holding on to that. And that too is it's so writing them down is going to be huge. And so if you're thinking maybe right now, well, not sure if I have anything to release, I encourage you to sit down with a pen and paper and just start writing. And it's going to be really, really good for you. I get, because I get that there's been a lot of stimulation going on, and we're just coming off the holidays, and so really self-care and nurturing yourself is going to be really important. I do feel like your tummy. I don't know if your tummy has been feeling off, but I get your sacral chakra is blocked, and so anything yellow, like citrine. Well, actually, I think this is lemon quartz, um, lemon, ginger. That's all going to be beneficial for your tummy. And it could be the stuffing too of the emotions. Oh, your gallbladder. Yeah. So what your angels and guides are wanting you to do is just really this is our central nervous system right here, is our sacral chakra, and to really honor your yeah, did I say sacral? Your solar chakra. Sorry about that. And so even like yellow foods in you're watching what you eat. And so I don't with your gallbladder, I don't know a lot about that, but I know yellow foods like bananas, squash, um, you know, are going to be really good. And then again, ginger and even wearing yellow is going to help your solar chakra. Yeah, that is what I got.
Okay, so the second one is Carl Hayes. And then I have LP, Ruby, Starfire, Janet DC, Maureen, Damiko, Osmanthus, Jessica Lynn. So if I miss anyone, and it's already 8, so
Okay. Carl, um first thing I get is to really keep an eye on your sodium, and the deals that that you've been working on. I get that it's really going to be important for you to be assertive, that you're going to really really sell yourself and circle back with these people, and it's just going to require you to be a little extra assertive, more assertive than what you normally would be. It's interesting because I think I had a slip, and on the last one, and I said her was her solar chakra, and I accidentally said sacral chakra. Carl, I get your sacral chakra is blocked, and so if you could, and if you could try to be it's warm, I believe, where you're at. If you could get in water, even a bath, but water is going to be really, really beneficial for you. And not only that, it's going to be really grounding, because I get that that you really, really, really need to be grounded. Because I'm seeing it here, and I'm seeing it here, and sacral chakra is like right below the belly button, and so that's where we store trauma, if we've been betrayed, rejected, that all goes to our sacral. Abandoned, it goes to our sacral chakra. And so I don't know if you like crystals. Carnelian would be a good crystal to have, to hold, to have in your pocket. Sunstone, anything orange, orange calcite would be really good. And the sunshine, then that kind of goes with the grounding and the centering for you too. Your angels and guides want you to know that you are on a huge spiritual path and growth, and that's going to continue to grow. And they really want you to trust yourself, to trust and believe in the signs and the messages that are coming in, and they're going to become clearer and clearer for you, Carl, too. So if you're doing any meditating, you're going to be getting messages. You maybe are, you are, but they're going to become clearer and faster for you. And then your angels and guides just want you to make sure that you take extra care of your immune system. So however you do that, if it's, eating well, vitamins, nutrients, to be sure to do, to take care, just to take extra care of your immune system. And I get that through February. And then lastly, they're reminding you to, sometimes we just have to, on those days that are just are heavier, and it's just we feel like we're in a rut, and when are we going to get out of this rut? Your angels and guides are reminding you that you to be happy on purpose. And when a person feels stuck, it's sometimes hard. And so whatever that is for you, if it's turning on music, if it's singing, if it's watching your favorite shows, but to shift that energy is going to be really important for you. So when you get up in the morning, you just, what, this is going to be a good day. I'm going to be happy. It's I'm going to find blessings in everything. Yeah.
Okay, LP.
Yeah. Hi, LP. Thank you for being here. You're so welcome. Oh, Spirit is here. LP, I'm getting that there almost needs to be like a purge, or a purification, detoxification, where and it can be just even just going through your house and getting rid of anything that is attached with old icky memories. It can be that. It can also be that if you have toxic people or people in your life right now that are causing you drama and heartache, and this might be just a reminder that to take a look at your boundaries and to tighten them up, or if there is no boundaries with anybody that is bringing chaos and drama into your life, that you need boundaries, and it's going to be really important going into this new year, just for your peace. And that's one thing that I have on my intentions every year, is I make peace my priority. So if somebody's disrupting your peace, it's time to put in better boundaries. Coming off the holidays, I know it's been a lot. I did pull the rest card, And so, and I know the energy has been really heavy for a lot of us. And so if you've been feeling tired or fatigued or just, your energy has been low, I encourage this not only for you, LP, but I encourage it for everybody to really, really, really listen to our bodies. And there's so many times when we were younger, we've been conditioned that, if we take a nap or if we rest, we're lazy. And so to move past, if you have any of that, and give yourself permission to rest without feeling guilty. And then, because I'm getting that it's good for you to conserve your energy right now, but I get that there's going to be something coming up that it's going to be an opportunity. It's either an opportunity or it's going to be an invitation. And anyway, you're going to be on the fence post, whether should I do it? Should I go? Should I, shouldn't I? And when that happens, they want you to know that it's safe for you to take that risk. One last thing. Know that you are lovable, and love on yourself a little bit harder. And when we do that, the people that cause drama will either step away. But also when we love on ourselves harder, it also brings people in that will love on us even more. So keep that in mind too. Just love on yourself. Love on yourself more.
So Ruby,
Hi.
Sapphire.
First few months. Hi, absolutely. Oh. Ruby, do you watch remodeling shows? I'm trying to think of that channel. HGTV. I'm getting either you watch that show, or you're going to start watching it, or you're going to start just like changing things around. Changing things around in your house. And I get that, like, in the next 6 months. I get that you're going to be really tuning into your angels, your guides, and your helpers, and you're going to be calling on them. And you're going to really, when you're going to start getting more signs and more validations through signs, whether it be birds, numbers, actually hearing them. I'm getting that there is a friend that either you've just reached out to, or that you may be reaching out to, that may be beneficial. And your intuition, Ruby, is really, really rising, as a lot of ours is. But really trust and listen to the messages, because the angels, the guides, and the helpers are like really coming in strong. And so you really might find yourself going, oh wow, I have abilities I didn't even realize I had. And lastly, if there's, and this too could be for many of us, if there's someone that's caused you heartache, or pain, or grief, they want you to know that it would be beneficial just to forgive. Sometimes we don't need to forget, but forgiveness is such a great healer. And by forgiving, it takes that weight of that energy off of our cellular system, and it allows us to heal, and it allows the information to come in to much clearer when we've healed from the past pains and the hurts. Hi, Janet. Oh, this is interesting, Janet. I got that you're well, and we're in a 9 year. So a 9 year is a lot about endings and the endings of cycle. But I'm getting for you that it's an end of a cycle for you, and that you're going to be entering a new cycle, new beginnings, and excuse me, and everything is going to be. It's going to seem like everything is just falling into place, and it's just going to be like, finally, you're feeling the change. The change is coming. Um, so if you're in anything right now, or or in the next 3 months, all of a sudden you're feeling like you're in the thick of it, just remember that this too shall pass. And when we're in it, it's there too. It's important to feel all of our emotions and not to stuff them, because when we stuff them, that's when our chakras get blocked and it can cause health issues and stuff. And so um I always say, in order to heal, we need to feel. And so um to remember that. I also got solitude. Solitude is really important for you. And in that solitude, whether it's just quiet time, is really good for your soul, whether it's meditating or whatnot, is going to be really, really healthy for you. Um, I got prepare, and so I don't I don't know what that is going to mean for you. If I'm not sure where you live, Janet, but there too, for all of us, to be prepared. I always go, oh, you live alone. There's a lot of solitude. Well, it's good. It's actually really good. It's really good for your soul. But they're saying, however, remember to dance to the beat of your own drum, and that it's okay to be silly and funny, and it's okay to color outside the lines, and but prepare, that could mean for you, just like I had talked about earlier, just to make sure you have things on hand, that you're going to be needing. And I, I get that this year is going to be really, it's going to be really, really good for you. There's going to be some major healing that you go through, and that because of this healing, it's going to be that new cycle beginning for you. And you're going to notice like more opportunities, more doors opening up. And holy cow, spirit is like really here. um yeah, it's yeah. So if you feel, if you're feeling like you've been in it, just know, like I said, this too shall pass, and that you're coming to the end of a cycle.
She said, I lost a house I moved last summer. I feel like more dollar goes out than comes in.
Okay, well, okay, Janet, that makes sense, and I am so sorry. I am so sorry. So that's what this means. So that whole thing that you've been through, which is absolutely, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. But know that you're almost through it, and so you're starting the new cycle of this year, and so that's really beautiful. Yeah, they're coming in hot, boy. Holy smokes. Hi, Maureen. Maureen, have you done your intentions and gratitudes? Either they're acknowledging you have, or your angels and your guides are wanting you to do them. Because they're like, make a wish, and then believe in the timing. Um, I'm also getting that, and I think this came up for somebody else, and and there too, it's really important for all of us when they say if we move like even just three things in our house, it shifts the entire energy. And so they're saying that they to go through and clear out any excess that you may have, any clutter, um, papers, magazines, um, clearing that away. You can donate it, give it away. Anything. I get that that's really going to really shift your energy. I'm also getting that move, and so I typically I pick it's like we just need to move our body a little bit more to shift the energy, because I feel like it's an energy thing. It can also be that sometime throughout the year you may be contemplating relocating too. um, really honor your beauty and your authentic. You're so authentic, and um and that really shines through for you. And um you you are a great asset to this community. You bring so much light, and you're so giving to others, but there too, remember to look at yourself with love too, like what you bring to um like you bring to the community. You are. So that yeah, that's your validation. That's amazing. That's amazing. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, Maureen. Um, and then just I know you just had, I think it was, you just had dental work. I know I have your name written right here. Because you're on my prayer list. Um, but they're also reminding you that that if you didn't get a mammogram um last year, to make sure that that you get one. And not that it's anything bad. It's just those, the dentist, a lot of times the dentist, the blood work, they're just friendly. They're just friendly reminders for us. But it's going to happen, Maureen. That's really exciting.
Osmosis, may I have a reading on how my travel to Fiji go?
Oh, can I come? Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing. Well, they are definitely wanting you to go. That it's gonna be a beautiful trip. It's it's gonna be very peaceful. I got wheels up. So everything around it is going to be it, it's I it's like your head, your whole body is just so filled with the beauty that you're going to be surrounded by, that you're probably not even going to want to leave. Um However, I do get to let go of any expectations that you may have, because sometimes when we do put expectations on how we want the trip to go, it can set us up for being disappointed. So just let go of any expectations and just surrender to the trip, and it's going to be it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be very peaceful. They're saying yes, go. And again, watch for signs that your angels and guides are going to be right there with you, and you watch for signs and listen to messages while you're there, because it's going to be a real spiritual trip for you.
Jessica Lynn, if time may, I have a guide message.
Yeah. Hi, Jessica. Thank you everybody for being here. Jessica, I'm getting for you too that there's a new cycle beginning, and that it's going to happen just like that. And so I don't know if you know what exactly is going on, but all of a sudden it's going to be like everything shifts, and like 6 months from now you're going to be like, wow, I didn't see this coming, which is really beautiful. um I pulled the retreat card, and so that can mean a couple things. It can mean that it's a good time to retreat in, where winter typically is a good time for all of us just to kind of go within and retreat and rest and reevaluate. But it also can mean that you may be taking a retreat, and so just you know keep that door open too. That if there's somebody that wants to go on a retreat, or on a little mini vacation, mini getaway, that would be really really good for you. um I don't I don't know. Um have you been do you take a lot of photos? Because I'm getting that I'm getting, if you go outside with your camera and start taking photos, you're gonna get messages in your photos. So I don't know if you have been doing this, or it's going to be something that all of a sudden you start doing. And because I see you taking pictures of nature, and there too, it's going to be a real healing year for a lot of us. And so it's really a beautiful thing. Yeah, do, because I'm getting that you're gonna start seeing stuff, and you're gonna start getting messages in them. And then I just get a reminder for you, Jessica, to remember to cut your cords. And there too, it's kind of a good reminder for all of us that just living and breathing and going outside and coming online, we get those cords attached. And so it's just a reminder, a friendly reminder, to go in and just make sure that you're cutting and clearing the cords and the energy. And yeah, get your phone and go outside and start taking pictures.
Michelle Kranz.
Oh, Michelle, I am so sorry. It's yeah, absolutely. And I'm so sorry. Um, you're going through it. Grief is tough. It's tough. And the thing of it is that we can't put any timeline on it because we just never know. I mean, we can be fine one day and then all of a sudden the next day we can be a puddle. And it's just like, where did this come from? And so giving yourself grace is going to be really, really important. Michelle, I'm getting that there is a little bit of I know nobody wants to hear this, but there is a little bit of anger that needs to be released, and that too is typically a part of the grieving process. One of the stages that we go through, and holding on to that is just, it's an emotional punishment that we end up, consciously or unconsciously giving to ourselves by not releasing it. And so, and we all carry it. I mean, we all have things that trigger us, that bring us anger. And so, however, there's, screaming, crying, going out, cussing, whatever you have to do to let that one out. But holding on to it is just, it's a punishment that we inflict on ourselves by not releasing it. It's Michelle, it's really, really, really important for you to be gentle with yourself. And I pulled a card, and I got I pulled two, and I got laughter and create. And so laughter is probably one of the best medicines that we can give ourselves anytime. Even if we're feeling good, laughter is still really, really beautiful. And there too, it's hard. My dad was not diagnosed, so that's what you're holding on to. That's where the anger is coming from, Michelle. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I would be angry too. I would be pissed off. And so, you really got to try to let it go and not hold on to it, because what you're going to find is it's going to start affecting your health, and you don't want that, nor does your dad want that, Michelle. And so to let that go. And I know this seems hard, but everything always happens the way it's supposed to, even when it seems like things weren't diagnosed, properly. It's just, this was his contract. And so letting that go, and to know that he's fine, to know that he's safe, to know that he's happy. And he wants you to be happy. And so that laughter it's going to be, it could be hard. It's going to find that when a person is feeling that turmoil within, but finding a funny movie, stand up, and you may turn it on and not even laugh because you're in it, and that's okay. But eventually you keep watching it over and over and over again, and it'll help, and it'll heal. I'm also getting to create. And so whatever that may be, and it's different for so many of us. It can be doodling, it could be coloring, it could be painting, it can be cooking, it could be scrapbooking. But what they're saying, that it's going to be really, really helpful to use that creativity, and it's just going to help you work through the process of grief too. And excuse me, being gentle with yourself, and because they're saying it's okay to binge watch if there's your favorite movies, just to kind of escape when you need to. But I'm getting for you too, it's really important to shift that energy that is in your house, to move to move like some furniture, if you can, around, if it's not too heavy, just to change a few things around. If it's and it can even just be pulling a chair out and sliding it over to the other side of the room. I mean, it doesn't just to move the energy in the house is going to be really really beneficial, because I'm getting furniture that it needs to be shuffled around. And then, you can't forget about yourself, Michelle. I mean, you did and were such a huge factor in your dad's life, and you can't forget about yourself this year. What they want you to do is they want you to really do your intentions, your wishes, your dreams, however, whatever word you want to use, but they really want you to plant those seeds on what you want for 2025, how you want it to look, because we truly are in charge of our life. I mean, we come in by ourselves, we leave by ourselves, and so we truly are the creator of our lives and our happiness. And so what they want you to do is to plant those seeds now, and if you can, just write them down. And if it's only 3 things, Michelle, be totally fine with that. Just 3 things that you would like to accomplish this year, or that you would like to have have come into your life this year. And it's going to be a little start in moving forward in 2025 for you.
So Liz in awe.
Hi, Liz. If you have time. Am I safe until then? Yes, let's it's mid-March. Okay. Liz, I'm getting that you're going to be okay until mid-March. However, I do get and feel like, have you been put on a waiting list, where if something should fall through, that you might get in earlier, because I get that you might get in sooner than mid-March. And I'm sure you've looked into this, but yeah, please make sure that you're on a waiting list. But I do get that you will, and that I pulled compromise, and so what I'm getting from the compromise is that that there could be a scheduling difference, that all of a sudden something comes available that they can get you in, that they can get you in sooner. It'll be a short trip. Oh, will it be a short trip? Oh, so you're not having it done in Mexico. Are you coming to the States to have it done? Because the other card I got is that remaining positive is going to be really, really, really important for you. Cleveland. Gotcha. And you already have the airline ticket bought. Well, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And so even so, being, if you're on a waiting list, it's probably not probably is not going to work because you've got your airline ticket already bought. But you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And then will you be staying there to recover, Liz? Will you be staying at your son's? Yeah, I'm getting that everything's gonna be fine. Yeah. And I agree. And it's going to be okay, because I know that can be kind of an iffy situation for you, but I get that it's going to be okay. And that you're going to be okay until mid-March. Hi, Viviani.
So here's Zima Robinson. General check-in on health.
Hi.
So after that, you have Stephanie. Are you able to do alien?
We have one more after this?
Stephanie and then alien just came in. So are you able? Are you
Sure.
up?
Yeah. Yep.
So definitely question close.
I am getting that it's really important to take care of your heart. And a lot of times that can be that we carry the weight of the world sometimes in our heart. And that it can literally make our heart tender, especially because you're very empathic, and so you feel all the emotions from everybody else around you, and that can be a lot. And so and then it's just friendly reminders. Let me quick take a sip. For our heart, to a reminder that forgiveness is really, really important. So if there's been anything too that you've been holding on to, because that too just weighs heavy on our heart. And then I'm just getting that it's important for you just to keep an eye on your blood pressure, whether it's it's high or low. I think, I don't know if they still have those machines like in stores or if you have one at home, but just to not saying that there's anything bad, but they're just saying just to keep an eye on your blood pressure. I get that there's a celebration coming up that is going to be a lot of fun, and that you're encouraged to go to it. And I'm also getting that there's a grandmother that checks in on you frequently, and you can you can talk to her like she's there, because it's like she's holding your hand, and she's right there with you. Almost like one of your spirit team people. So yeah, just anything that's weighing heavy on your heart. And there too, like I had mentioned earlier, if there's people that are causing chaos and drama, and that does a number, it does a number on our entire body, but it really plays a part on our heart, to really put better boundaries up and keep them at arm's length. But if you do have to be around people like that, it's to have an out where you can be in and out and not have to spend that much time, or just to make sure, thank you, that you limit your time with them.
Stephanie, may I have a message for the coming months?
Hi, Stephanie.
My two dogs, the second one came in and hit a little tantrum. It's over 1 hour.
Right? They're like, this is up. Time is up, Mom. Time is up.
She stamped her foot a little bit, the way the dog
Just like a little kid. Yep.
look at me and then it's funny.
Stephanie, are you in a relationship right now? Just out of curiosity.
She says she's here, so I have to wait
Mhm.
for it to come in. I'm single.
Okay. Well, I get that this year. I don't know if somebody that you know plays matchmaker, and you hooks you up on a blind date, but or you go online. You go online for what do you call those dating sites? Dating sites. Thank you. You go online on a dating site, but I'm getting that there's that you may meet somebody, that either somebody introduces you to somebody, or you meet somebody online. um I'm getting this year for you. um they they also, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the whole love thing, is to remember to honor your beauty. And it would be really good for you to write down 10 things that you find about yourself that are beautiful. And we can typically find 10 things, 20 things about other people that are beautiful and that we love about them, but when we look at ourselves, and that's just like when somebody asks us, who do we love, we'll say, oh, we love this person, or this person, but we never include ourselves. And so I'm getting, Stephanie, that this year might be a year where you run into somebody, somebody plays matchmaker, and you meet somebody. That's what I'm getting. But it's really important to honor your beauty. So if you can write down all the aspects of what you find beautiful in Stephanie. And I'm also getting that it's really important for you to find a balance between work, play, rest, screen time, just to make sure that there's an even balance. And because I don't know if there's been people that have been around that have been controlling, but I'm getting control is something that, if there's been somebody around you that's been controlling, or if you find that you've been sometimes controlling, is to let that go, to find that balance. And then really important too, and I know I just kind of hit on this on the last one, is stress reduction. So if there's people in your life, or situations, or things that cause you stress, if it's people, places, situations that that when you're with them or involved in these places or situations, you feel your mood alter, right there, that's a red flag. And it's time to limit yourself with and it could be even something on TV, if you catch yourself watching something and it shifts your mood. But also the people that are around you, if there's anybody, just there to remember to just to limit your time with them. And yeah, write down those things, Stephanie, all the things that you find, how the beauty in Stephanie. Write them down. And I would recommend putting them somewhere where you could see them, like putting them on your bathroom mirror, or somewhere where you can see them, so it's a reminder. Because it goes hand in hand with the finding the love thing too. Because when we really start loving on ourselves and seeing our beauty, our inner and outer beauty, that's when the love comes in. And so I'm excited and happy for you. And I'm, well, obviously, we'll be on, and you'll have to keep us posted.
So this is the last one, Alien.
Hi. Okay. Alien, thank you for being here. I do see that, and just like I had told Stephanie, in order to, in order for romance and love, we have to love on ourselves. So, I'm just mirroring that back to you, that, write those things down, love on yourself. Just see the beauty in inside you, inner and outer beauty. I do see love coming in. And so there too, in order for love to come in, we need to make ourselves available. And so if you're staying in the house, and not going out, it's going to be harder to find love. So if you're going to need to make yourself available, whether it be on online, dating services, or if it's, just going out to the market and striking up conversation, or getting involved in the community, things that you enjoy, whether it be hiking, or any sort of group that might be going on in your community, where it would allow you to meet up with people. They're saying yes, that is something that you should definitely do. So yeah, if there's something in your community that you could get involved in, it's going to be very beneficial for you. For you, and they really want you to. I get that you're a thinker, but and that's good. It's a good thing. But sometimes I get that you can overthink things, and sometimes we complicate things when we overthink them. And so, trying to let go, of that overthinking. If you find yourself kind of starting to go down that rabbit hole or whatnot, the first thing is just being aware of it. And so once you're aware of, like, okay, you know what, I can find I'm starting to overthink everything, it's catching yourself. And then once you catch yourself, you can stop yourself and go, you know what, nope, I'm not going to do that, and circle back. Your angels and guides want you to know that you're super, super protected, and that you are a part of the community. And so really honor that too. And because I'm hearing soul tribe. And so you might find yourself this year more involved, on online with, on YouTube, being here, being in other chats, and that you're going to find that that's going to be a great healing and enlightenment for you. That I get that it's going to be a really good thing. Lastly, I get that it's really important too to treat yourself, to things that you love, whatever it may be. You know, if it's an ice cream, if it's, whatever it is, let yourself enjoy that. Job. First card I get is yes. So that you will find something, and it'll be a success. and I'm getting communicate clearly. And so whether that it could be, when you go into your interview, if you have an interview, to make sure that you're ready, that you get a good night's sleep, that you're prepared. And so, but it also can mean your resume. And so, do you have your resume up to date? Does it need to be fine tuned? Does it need to be, to be looked after? Do things need to be admitted or taken out? But I'm getting to just take another look at that, to make sure that you have everything written out clearly, so the person that reads it can see the qualities that you have, and that you bring forth. But I get that you will find that job, and it will be a success.
You're so good. You are really on it. So, do I get mine?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I pulled cards for you. Oh my gosh. I got a stack of cards here. Oh my goodness. Yep. I pulled cards for you before the show.
That is remarkable how you see, the things coming in.
Oh, thank you. You have an amazing year coming up. Let me just get these all laid out so I can see them. Okay, so I get that you're going through a huge ascension, and so if you're feeling, if you have trouble sleeping, feeling a little bit fatigued, nausea, I get probably three months of kind of going through this. And what would that be? We're in February, March, April. You know what? It could be more like 4 months, because I'm getting by the summertime, Gertrude, it's going to be, you are such a clear channel to the divine and raw collective, that, I mean, the messages that you have coming in right now are just like this. I get that it's going to, I can't even come up with a word. It's going to be twice as fast, twice as clear, and it's going to be phenomenal. Let's put it that way. I get that you're going to be doing more on YouTube, but you're going to be very selective. They want you to remember that when we start worrying and fretting, just to let that go, and to know that you're safe, and that there's nothing to worry about, and that's common. We all find ourselves at times, fretting over stuff, but they want you just to know to let go of that worry, and know that you're safe and protected. You too, I don't know if you've done your gratitude's intentions, but I got that by doing this is really going to open opportunities, and it's really going to put you on the path of where you need to be. But there too, it's really important that you write down your gratitudes, your goals, your intentions, and it can be what you expect to get out of your channeling for your channel and your channeling for 2025, is to write them down and put them somewhere that you can see them. And I don't know, we haven't talked about this, but I don't know if it was because I got memories of someone that you've lost creeping in, and so I don't know if that was over the holidays, if you just had felt a little nostalgic about somebody that had passed, because I got that you were missing somebody. And I also get that there's a grandfather around you, and I don't know if you knew him or were close to him in while you were here on earth, but he is really supporting you on the other side. And did you know your grandfather?
One, yes, and he was really mean. And the other one, he died when my mother was really small. So I have two. My mother's one, he was a good man, and then he died of TB when she was really small. Just I don't remember a few maybe 6 or 7. And then my father's father, that grandfather was really mean.
Well, this what I he is not mean. He's looking out for you, he's supporting you, and he's so amazed at your abilities, and he's encouraging you. Um I get that he maybe pinched pennies in while he was here on earth, and maybe even had change in his pocket and jingled, how you jingle the change in your pocket. Um and may have like tapped his toes, like toe tap to music. But I get that he's around you and really encouraging you, and supporting you. I mean, and there too, almost like he's one of your guides, and he's pushing you, and like a cheerleader. It's like he's like cheering you on. And um and then I get that it's really important for you to take care of your back.
Uh,
And
yeah.
so, be careful not to lift on heavy things. Um and and there too, and hold on to things, because when we hold on to that crud, we hold on to it usually in our shoulders and our back. And so, to let any of those worries and stresses that we may hold on to let that go, that it's really important for you to take care of your back. And then also, and I think this has come up before for you too, that it's important for you, um and it kind of coincides with the back, that if you need help, to ask for help, or hire somebody to come help you, that you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it all yourself. That to ask for support, and if in and even so as friends, where what, if you're needing support and guidance from a friend, that you can reach out to me, to your friends and family, and get their support, because you are a huge support system for your family and friends too. um I'm also getting that it's really important for you to trust yourself, and I know you do, and I know you're getting better at it, but to continually to trust in the insight, the guidance, and the information that you're receiving. And then they want you to remember to call back your power. So you know at the end of the day, if you're feeling drained and whatnot, if you've had a phone call that took a lot out of you, or um, you know if you were dealing with somebody that was a lot, and you feel like your energy has been strained, to call back your power at the end of the day, and there to just to do a swipe, and cut your cords. um I also get that. I, have you increased your drinking water?
Ah, no, I slack a bit more. I kept saying I have to watch it more. So I need more. Yeah, I need more fluid.
Yep. Yep. Just to keep the kidneys and the bladder flushed out. So just to make sure that you're getting enough water. And then lastly, I get that they just want you to let go of any and we all have this in some aspect of any conditioning that we were conditioned at an early age, and in our younger years, whether to believe this, or like I had talked about earlier, and I'm not using this as an example for you, but I'm just using it as an example of how I know I was conditioned as a young child, that if I rested or took a nap, that I was lazy. And so to let and that's not true, but how it gets stuck in our head. So to let go of any conditioning that you've carried through with you for all these years, that isn't true, that doesn't hold any weight. They want you to let go of that, because it doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve any purpose anymore, and it'll be very, very freeing on you. And then I pulled choice. I choose serenity, light, and positive energy. No matter what I go through, I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God.
The whole reading resonates. You are so amazing. The water,
Oh,
my spirit team always remind me, because when I channel, they use the water in my body as conduit. So I need to drink a lot of water. And once the weather changed, I have been slacking, so I have to pick that up again.
yep. They're just like, you gotta drink some extra water.
And then the grandfather, I can feel him like saying, yeah, I was mean on the planet Earth because I didn't know any better, influenced by situation and all that. And I could feel his fondness for me, which is kind of interesting.
Right?
I can feel his fondness for me. Yeah, on the other side, what a psychic medium Jordan Colburn always tells us, on the other side, they are very different. Yeah, so thanks for dropping in.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for being here, and your love and your support, and it just, we couldn't do the show without you, and coming together as we do. We if one person takes away, and it could be somebody, I could be reading on somebody else, and it might resonate with you, and it could be just those couple words could be so healing, right? It could be so healing. And so, Gertrude and I were talking about that backstage, that, if a person can bring, any insight, any guidance, any love, any healing, to one another, we feel like we're doing our part in helping. And so, yeah, I hope that helps. And I thank you for having me and hosting me, Gertrude. I appreciate it so very, very much. I look forward to our time, and it's always such a pleasure.
You are very generous. You just give your all, in that reading, complete reading.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I better don't keep you longer. Okay, so thank you all for being here, and thank you, Kelly.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks
So
again.
ending this. Bye all.